today. It's one of those weekends where the sun is out, the temperature is perfect, the winds aren't bad. You just want to ride your bike forever. We've got an event that lets you do just that.
Yes.
Susan Bean from Tin Mountain Conservation Center is here to tell us about a few events that you guys have going on, one of which is a century ride.
Yes, and speaking of riding your bikes forever, I laugh because I'm driving over here on West Side Road and I see 3 or 4 bikers and I'm like, oh man, this is the best day. It's cool, the timing is right in the morning. And the century ride, it wasn't but a few years ago that we had people, using their timing for their bike ride, and they come in and they go, this is not a century ride. I hope you know. It's 108 miles.
Whoa.
So we've changed it to the Century Plus.
Century Plus, 108
Yes.
miles. So you get 8 bonus miles.
Great way to look at
You
it.
guys are generous that way.
Yes. We always try to give more than is expected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have, it doesn't go through West Side Road. Does it go through West Side Road?
Yeah. It's, this is one of the questions, but it goes through 5 Hills Notches area, and we try to swing people back through West Side Road. Every year there's a little bit of tweak or difference in the map, slightly because of construction, but popping on West Side Road right after jumping into North Conway is we drop them down River Road and pull them over West Side, which, the
good way to
bike
go.
lane there is great.
Oh, that's such a beautiful road. You have the added possibility of seeing a bear. Saw a bear on West Side Road last night. The West Side Road is littered with bears.
Yes.
Bears are strewn everywhere.
Yeah,
on
and
West
it's
Side Road.
populated. It's human population there has increased, and the bear population seems to be keeping up. So it's like 1 for 1 now, I think.
And the moose go down, the bear go up,
Yeah,
apparently.
that's amazing.
So West Side Road, but as you mentioned, the Century Ride goes through some of the most beautiful notches in New Hampshire. If you want to experience all that New Hampshire has to offer in 100 miles, this is it.
I have to say, backing up, Tin Mountain is very fortunate to have 2 of the sweetest biking events in the valley, which is biking up Mount Washington and biking around Mount Washington.
And by sweet, she means cruelest.
It's perspective. It's a sweet ride. When you finish it, you have achieved both of them, the hill climb and the century ride. You've achieved a lot.
Yep.
It goes through 5 notches and hills, so you have the best start off because you go down Bald Hill. You're just cruising down Bald Hill and you're thinking, this is beautiful. And then you go through on the Kank, up Bear Notch, over to Crawford, up to Randolph Hill, down Pinkham Notch, and then you swing back down on West Side Road. The last thing to get you is that sweet downhill of Bald Hill. You have to go back up it. And I have to say, those who muster the energy, which is quite a few racers and riders, it's a kicker.
That is probably, and you're biking through again, 3 notches, that is probably the toughest hill that you'll encounter on the whole trip is that 1 mile back up to Tin Mountain at the very end. But hey, that's like the icing on the cake, the cherry on top. You get through that, you have earned your post-game dinner.
Yes, you have. And what we've done, every year it's easy now to do surveys of the riders, see what works, what doesn't, and we tweak and modify every year because the information that we get from them is great. So Aid Station 5, which is at Ragged Mountain, and so this year it's going to be like beefed up. We have chocolate, we have Coke, we have potato chips, we have herb-scented
Sounds
iced
like my
towels.
kind of ride. Herb-scented iced towels.
Yes, for your, man, this was a great idea.
So you got my comment card then?
Yeah, I did.
Good.
So like then the bathrobes are at the, no, but it's sweet. And at the very end, because last year one of our members' families, the Hohenbokens, said, man, this is a tough ride, hot days. We're going to set you up for your riders with buckets of iced water with towel, face cloths, and herbs in it.
Nice.
And I'm like, oh my gosh. And people loved it. And so we're
You
moving
totally
it.
made up that name, though. This was your idea.
This was,
You made it.
no, I could not have thought of such a great idea. These guys, our members, are super. And this was their idea. We're like, we're setting you up. That has trickled or gone down a great path of, boy, there's a super business in town called the Skinny Towel. Neat people. And so we're going to have a little neck towel that we're going to ice for the very end. So when they get up, those who make it up Bald Hill get a little collar of iced towel from the Skinny Towel with the Century logo on it. And I'm like, I'm going to do this Century Plus someday.
Great bike event. You're getting support the whole way. You're getting herb-scented towels at rest areas and at the end. And the nice thing is it all goes to support a great cause. Tell us about Tin Mountain.
Tin Mountain has been around since 1980, so 34 years, working on increasing people's understanding of environmental education. So all the money that is raised through membership, through events such as this, goes to support partial funding for school programs. So all the trustees decided that Tin Mountain was going to raise money for this effort. So Tin Mountain is in the schools, and that's partially funded by Tin Mountain events, just like this. So you're racing and you're riding for environmental education.
That's fantastic.
Yeah,
and
perfect.
you have a great new base area. What do you call your lodge?
The Nature Center.
The Nature Center.
Yes.
There you go.
It's a nice place to start. Yeah.
It is. It's absolutely beautiful. You have great trails. Last week, you christened your trails with a new running race,
Yep.
which was well received, a women's only running race. And most people who did it were overwhelmingly enthusiastic about the race. Most of them discovered these trails for the first time. Goes by a beaver pond, through just beautiful things. Everything seems a little bit late this year in terms of blooming. One of your trails goes through Mountain Laurel. And
Yes.
that in a couple of weeks is going to be, it looks like a cotton field. Everything just blooms, these white flowers everywhere.
It's gorgeous. And last week when we had the Dirty Girl that the White Mountain Milers put on at Tin
That's
Mountain.
the running race, the Dirty Girl.
That's the Dirty Girl running race.
Yeah.
It was sort of the Lady Slipper race because Lady Slippers were in bloom last week. So it was like, run as hard as you can, but stay off the Lady Slippers, stay on the path. So it made it more of a challenge.
Right.
I'm bouncing around. Jumping back to Tin Mountain, it's been wonderful to be in the valley for this long, working with organizations like the White Mountain Milers, and I think there's 3 locations now of the Mountain Center Physical Therapy. They have jumped in to be a big sponsor and supporter of the Century this year.
Yep.
And so it's like you're in the valley in the community long enough, and you do good work, and people come in and say, "Yeah, we love the Century." So the Mountain Center Physical Therapy is going to be having a tent at the end.
Oh, great. Perfect.
They're going to host, I think, Aid Station 1 in Bartlett.
Yep.
So it's a nice organization that brings people into the fold that are all rooting for environmental education, helping us do our summer camps, our education in the schools, great natural certification programs, and adult programs. Like last week, we had a morning session for algae and lichen with Rick Vanderpool.
Yep.
And then went out do a field study out in the sanctuary looking for lichen. So in all the right places, they found a bunch. So that was really nice.
Is that a song? Looking for lichen in all the right
I think so, but I would
places.
not dare sing it.
Our second guest this morning, a fish nerd who just stumbled into the green room back there.
Hey.
He's actually been a guest speaker at Tin Mountain. He's done some programs up there teaching everybody about fish.
Yeah, and the area has a lot of talented people. Rick Vanderpool, experienced scientist, biologist, recreation. Clay is looking at the pond on site, the beaver pond. And the variety that Tin Mountain puts out for programs really reaches a lot of people. And I think this is the 50th anniversary of the White Mountain the National Forest, the American Wilderness.
The Wilderness Act, yep.
The Wilderness Act, thanks. The White Mountain National Forest just came by the other night and showed the film narrated by the late Christopher Reeves. Very nice. So it's to celebrate this year's anniversary.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
So getting back, you were mentioning how Mountain Center Physical Therapy is now a big sponsor of Tin Mountain events because they're obviously in the know when it comes to sports and activity and wellness, fitness here in the Mount Washington Valley, and they've identified that you guys are one of the organizations that puts on great sporting events. So we've got the Century Ride coming up. What's the date of that?
That's a good one. It's July. You know what? Right here, July 19th. It's spiffy.
July 19th, the Century Ride.
Saturday.
And if people want to sign up for that, best way is tinmountain.org?
Tinmountain.org. Bike Reg is a supporter and sponsor, too, of the Century Ride. And you'll register through Bike Reg. They're excellent. The Mount Washington Residence Inn Marriott has been a long-term supporter of the Century Ride and the hill climb. And they'll have a station as well. They're Aid Station 5. That's the best station in town.
That's the minted
so far.
towels.
That's the minted towels. That's the chocolate. That's everything that you need to get up Bald Hill, basically.
That's awesome.
It's a wonderful event. We have over 300 people generally do the event. There's a great meal afterwards. Like you said earlier, you're fully supported with the White Mountain ham radio operators. Then we try to have an EMT on the road. And the Red Jersey Cyclery is a not really SAG support, but they're on the road as well for mechanical difficulties.
Yep.
People at the aid stations are enthusiastic. There's enough there to fill your belly and keep you going without puking up the next hill. And then when you come back, there's a wonderful meal that's provided by the White Mountain Resort, Memorial Hospital, Hannaford's, and then we have a barbecue. So, and massage.
And it's going to be a day just like today.
Guaranteed.
I'm predicting it.
I talked to the Obs this morning just like you did, and they gave it to me.
Sunny skies, low humidity, nice breeze. Oh, it's going to be perfect.
It is. And so when you get back and you have that little skinny towel frozen wrapped around your neck, it's going to be very wonderful.
This is a fun event, Circles Mount Washington. You also have the hill climb, which goes up Mount Washington. Now, that event's been sold out for some time, right?
That event's been sold out since February, which is
a couple hours after you opened registration?
Just a few days. and that one is, I have to say, events are great, and these two events and a few others that Tin Mountain do, many others that Tin Mountain do, fuel environmental education in the valley. I mean, so if you look at it like, oh, the bikers are on the road, Jaminga Nanga, say, the bikers are on the road, can I toss them a bone and get out of their way, on July 19th, because the education in the school system is partially paid by them. Right. One way to think.
My director, Hans Bauer, just kind of thrust a phone over here. I think that's his subtle cue that we're probably running out of time and we need to give something away. Anything else you wanted to add before we do some watch and win?
I would like to say, if you haven't done a century before, we have 3 routes. There's a 40-mile, an 80-mile, and a 100-mile.
Good point.
So if you're just starting to bike, the 40-mile is a very wonderful reach goal. Otherwise than that, the Century Plus is, I have to say, it's not the best in the valley. It's the most challenging century ride, but it's also the best implemented one with great volunteers. So I'd say go for it. That's all I have to say.
Yep. Pick your difficulty level. Yeah. It's going to be a great time. Just a fantastic route and good people along the way. Yeah. You brought something to give away. What are we going to give away?
Well, I think we have a couple questions. Last year's Century Ride for all riders was the Century Mount Washington.
Look at
Get it?
General Washington right there on his bike.
On his bike, right.
I think that was his real bike, too, that he had.
We had, yes.
That was in the boat as he was crossing the Potomac?
Yes, because he was going to do a century around the White House, right? Exactly. And then this is our logo for the century. So why don't we do last year's rider shirt?
We're going to do 2 watch and wins. This is getting
We're going to do
fancy.
2 of them, so that's why we had to do them fast. So the first one is the general with his bike. And the question is, what year did the Mount Washington Century Ride start?
First year of the Mount Washington Century. Call 603-356-6619. 603-356-6619 is the number to call if you want to take a stab at the first year of the Mount Washington Century Ride.
Yes.
And you'll win this lovely shirt. You know what I'm going to do? Because I'm a nice guy.
Yes.
And I don't think I have it. I'm going to throw in a state-of-the-art Avex water bottle because obviously when you're riding a Century, you need to stay hydrated.
Perfect.
603-356-6619 for the Mount Washington Century Ride t-shirt plus the Avex water bottle. We'll go to the phones as soon as one lights up. We may have to throw the big prize in there. I think people.
Well, actually, let's do it because I
well,
think that's even better.
Should we do it? Well,
yes.
we got callers now.
We do?
But they just hung up because they heard, they're going to give away the big prize.
Let's roll it into one, but that means I'm going to make this question harder.
We have sometimes people are familiar with our rules. We have 1 win per 30 days per household.
Yep.
So if they see something like that hanging out there, like I'm saving it for the big one.
Well, this is good. We're going to roll it into one with the bottle because this is a nice cotton after ride.
That's a good after ride shirt.
The for the ride shirt is the Mount Washington Auto Road Bicycle Hill Climbs 40th anniversary jersey. Okay.
Earn instant respect right there when you're wearing this on your
Oh
bike
yeah,
ride.
you are the star, literally front and back. So
603-356-6619. Are we staying with the same question?
I think we have to make it harder.
Okay.
Okay, so the question, if you're going to get both shirts and the water bottle, is name the 5 hills and notches that the bike event goes through.
All 5 of them?
5 hills and notches, and I think I just mentioned them at the very beginning. So see if it can happen.
Okay.
You got 3 things. Come
for
on.
a ride T-shirt, a Century Ride T-shirt, a long sleeve T-shirt.
Yes.
We've got the Bicycle Hill Climb race jersey.
Yes.
And we've got the Avex water bottle. Good morning, Watch and Win. Do you want to take a stab at this? Hello, you there?
Bald Hill.
Bald Hill, is that one of the?
Got it.
That's one. Yep.
Crawford Notch.
Yup.
Offer notch.
West Side Road.
You want a hill or a notch? We're going to give you another
Okay.
second.
Yeah, that's not one of the hills or notches. You're right, though. It does
Yeah.
go down West Side Road.
It's a hill or a notch.
So it's 3 more things. So we got Crawford, Bald Hill Road.
Yep. Think about the loop that goes around Mount Washington.
Any other notches come to mind?
So you've gone through Crawford Notch.
Okay, we may have to.
Notch.
What was that?
Pinkham Notch.
Pinkham.
Yep.
We may have to go to another caller. You might want to turn your TV down also. That'll help you out. Okay. Ready? 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I'm sorry. We gotta keep it going. We gotta keep it exciting. 603-356-6619. That was very close. So we've got
We have,
Bald Hill Road, Crawford Notch, and Pinkham Notch.
yes.
You're
So
looking
now
for-
you get to think about the beginning of the ride and the Route 113 part
Okay,
of
so
the
you're looking
ride.
for a hill, and is it 2 hills or a notch and a hill? What are we looking for?
Where are we looking for? We're looking for a notch and a hill.
A notch and a hill. 603-356-6619 is the number to call for the Mount Washington
Okay.
race jersey, plus the Century T-shirt, plus the Avex water bottle. Let's go back to the phone. 603-356-6619.
Clay, you can't play.
Good morning, Watch and Win. What is your guess? You there? Hello?
Oh.
Hello, you're on Watch and Win. Do you want to take a guess at our question?
Yeah, I'm gonna guess Carter Notch.
No.
No Carter Notch in there. Good guess. We're going to go back to the phones. Watch and Win, what's your answer? What 5 hills and notches are part of the Century Ride?
Pinkham Notch.
Yep.
Crawford Notch.
Yep. Turn.
Franconia Notch.
Franconia? No.
No.
Not Franconia Notch. A good guess, but try again. Also, when you call in, make sure your TV is turned low because there's a little bit of delay on the TV, and that'll make you all confused.
Yeah.
Okay, 603-356-6619. And that was a really big delay. I wonder if that person was watching on streaming. Because if you're watching live, there's like a 5-second delay. If you're watching streaming online, whitemountainsinfo.com, it's like a 30-second delay.
That was a longer one. Yeah.
603-356-6619. We get a ride T-shirt, race jersey, and an Avex water bottle. Bald Hill, this is a hard question.
I know. It's
Okay,
just bird
so
jersey.
how about the next person to give us the next 2? Let me see what you have for answers there.
It's this one
Yep.
and this
You know,
one.
I didn't even think of that one. Okay.
You got to go to the beginning of the event to think about
Okay.
all of the 5 hills and notches.
Let's go back. Good morning, watch and win. Give us a hill and a notch, and you're going to win these prizes.
How about Bear Notch?
Yes. So we've got Crawford Notch, Pinkham Notch, Bear Notch. We get the Bald Hill Road. She's looking for one last hill as part of this century.
It's a kicker hill right in the middle of the event, halfway through when you do the 108 miles.
You want to take a stab at it? What is it? It's named after a town that is part of the.
You go through Twin Mountains, and it's before Pinkham.
It's named after a town. We've got another caller, so I'm gonna have to let you go in 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Good guess. Try again. The show's gonna be a little bit late this morning.
Oh.
Okay.
Knows. I
Next
know Clay
person to get
knows.
through with the name of the hill that is part of the Century Ride. It is west of Gorham.
Yes.
Do you know a hill, caller, that is west of Gorham that is part of this Century Ride?
Kankamangas Highway?
Not the Kankamangas. A good guess, but try again. Oops. Good morning, watch and win. Give us a hill, and we'll give you a race jersey, a T-shirt, and an Avex water bottle. Hello, caller. You're on the air. What's your guess? Not there. Good morning, watch and win. What's your answer?
Thornhill?
Not Thornhill. A good guess, but
Thornhill?
not Thornhill. A good guess, but try again. It's begins with an R. And it's not
It's a town. It's a very long hill. There's a hotel at the top. It's after
This is a
Twin
difficult one.
Mountain,
Whoever
and
gets
it's
this
before.
has earned
Yes.
their prize.
That's be tough.
Good morning, watch and win. What's your answer? Ruh.
Berlin?
What was that?
Bretton Woods?
Not Bretton Woods. A good guess. I'm almost tempted to. Do
You know,
you want to give it to him?
one more, and I think
I think they hung up. Good morning, watch and win. What's your answer?
This is just a guess, but Jefferson?
Not Jefferson, but close. Good guess, but try again. We're looking for a hill. It begins with an R. It's named after a town.
it's on Route 113.
13, I believe.
Yes, after 3.
If you Google map it.
115 after 3.
Good morning, watch and win. What's your answer?
115.
Good morning, watch and win. What's your answer? Anybody there? Turn down your TV. Good morning, watch and win. What's your answer?
Randolph Hill.
There we go. That's the hill we were looking for.
Yes,
Randolph.
you are the winner.
Who's on the phone?
Lee Clark.
Okay, Lee, you've got yourself a great prize pack. Thanks for staying with us on
Thank
that.
you.
We've got a Mount Washington Hill Climb race jersey, a Tin Mountain Century Ride long sleeve T-shirt, and an AMX water bottle. You've got the whole shebang.
That was great.
Fantastic.
Thank
So
you.
thanks for staying on the line, or actually stay on the line. I'm going to put you on hold. Don't go anywhere. We'll get your information during this next commercial break. So you'll be biking Bald Hill Road.
You go to Bear Notch.
Bear Notch
no, you
Road?
go up. You go Bear Notch, Crawford, Randolph, Pinkham, and then Bald Hill.
All right, so that is the Century Ride. For more information on that, tinmountain.org. Susan Bean,
Thank you.
I think that watch and win question lasted longer than the interview.
I think it did, but well worth it. Thanks for the call-ins.
We're going to take a quick break, tinmountain.org to sign up for that. When we get back, we've got weather, watch and win, and a fish nerd on